محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا بعبادك الصالحين أما بعد. يروي الإمام الترمذي بسند حسن عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم من حسن إسلام المرء تركه ما لا يعنيه. Tonight's hadith is found in the collection of Imam Tirmidhi with an acceptable chain of narration narrated to us by Abi Hurayra radiyallahu anhu, where he says, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, from the excellence of a person's Islam is leaving that which does not concern him. From the excellence of a person's Islam is leaving that which does not concern him. It's a very beautiful, very meaningful hadith. Although this hadith is very short, just a few words long, this hadith contains a life principle and is filled with wisdom, just like all the hadith of our beloved Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Some scholars have said that the foundations of all good manners are summarized in 4 ahadith, and this hadith is one of them. I'll mention the other 3 quickly just for benefit. The first one, or the second one, is Man kana yu'minu billahi wal yawmil akhir falyaqul khayran aw liyasmut. That whoever believes in Allah and the final day, let him say something good or remain silent. لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه. That a person does not truly believe until they love for their brother what they love for themselves. And the final one is a man came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, قال أوصني, meaning he was looking for a piece of advice. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, لا تغضب, do not become angry. And 3 times he repeated عليه الصلاة والسلام. So these 4 hadith have summarized the foundations of all good manners. And this hadith, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam tells us that from the excellence of a person's Islam is minding his own business, is leaving that which does not concern him. Whether it's people's private affairs or drama or gossip or unnecessary arguments, one of the signs, one of the indications that a person's Islam is good is that he leaves that which does not concern him. So the question becomes, how do I know? And what concerns me and what doesn't concern me? And the answer to this question is very simple. If there is no benefit in your deen or your dunya, then this doesn't concern you. If there's no benefit in your deen or your dunya, then this doesn't concern you. And from the excellence of your Islam is to leave this matter alone. And the understanding of the hadith is that it would be from the ugliness of your manners to engage in something that doesn't concern you. If something doesn't benefit your deen or your dunya, then why are you engaging in it? And why are you wasting your time on it? And we live in a world filled with noise, constant updates and distractions and conflicting opinions from everywhere. And this hadith teaches us a very beautiful rule, a golden rule. Do not waste your energy on things that do not align with your purpose. Or do not waste your time on things that do not benefit your deen or your dunya. And this is what the theme that Sheikh Adnan has been talking about recently, seeing the bigger picture. Sometimes we zoom in a little bit too close. We focus on the little details or difference of opinion that we have no knowledge of to begin with. But this hadith here, the Prophet ﷺ gives us the master key. Leave what does not concern you. Anything that you do not have business with, leave it. And this hadith is also a calling to purify our hearts. Think of a cup, and this cup is dirty. Has a lot of mud and dirt and soil and oil and all these things. No matter how much water you put into this cup and you come to drink from it, the taste will always be bitter. And that is the same with the heart, which we want to fill our hearts with the love of the Quran and the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and knowledge and khushu' in our prayers. But our hearts are filled with opinions that don't matter and judgments of people that we don't know and jealousy of comparisons and thoughts of how people perceive us and not how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala perceives us. And then we ask, why do I feel anything when I make sujood? It's impossible to purify the heart if this filth and this mud is being put into it. And we live in a time where people are always asking, who am I? What am I doing here? What is my purpose? And this hadith gives us a beautiful answer to that question in a very simple, very beautiful way. You find yourself when you walk away from the things that you are not. You find yourself when you walk away from the things that you are not. Every time you leave something useless, you say, this is none of my business, this is none of my concern. You are saying, technically, this is not who I am. And every time you leave something useless, you make place for something useful and something that will benefit you in the dunya and in the akhirah. So just some points to think about. I hope that was a benefit, inshallah. Yarwi الإمام الترمذي بسند حسن عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من حسن إسلام المرء تركه ما لا يعنيه